Early works of Picasso look like this. His later works look like this. Early works of Van Gogh look like this, and his later works look like this. Same person, same hand, but radical growth. So, what gave them this jump? Was it better technique, or better materials, or more practice? So, what gave them this jump? And can you and I use the same knowledge for our artistic growth? The answer is yes, and this video will show you how. Let's begin. Hi, I am Parul, founder of RestartART. I have a master's in fine art from Chelsea College of Art, London, and over a decade of creative industry experience. I help you to rekindle your creativity and confidently step into the artist you know you are. Not by copying pretty pictures, but by awakening your innate creative intelligence. If you are a beginner or returning to art after a long break, this video is for you. So, what actually happened here? Why did their work suddenly deepen, mature, and became unmistakably theirs? And more importantly, why do so many of us practice, follow tutorials, even improve technically, and yet still feel something is missing in our works, stopping it from coming alive? This holds back your art growth. Here is an uncomfortable truth. If copying something line by line, shade by shade made you and I artists, then we would not feel frozen at the sight of a blank canvas, or we would not feel intimidated when asked to draw something from scratch. And yet, this is exactly what happens. Why? Because copying quickly takes you to the finished stage without exposing you to what the work is made of. It never, therefore, gives you the creative authority. Copying feels smooth, productive, easy, quick, but it creates hidden dependency. An artist don't walk on crutches. Drawing is actually a translation exercise. Here is the truth most art classes never explain. Drawing is a translation exercise. You're basically translating 3D experience out in the world onto a 2D surface. But when you copy a photo or someone else's artwork, you're not translating. You are simply copying their translation. You're borrowing their decisions, their seeing, their thinking. That's why copying feels like sugar rush. Quick hit, quick result, and then crash. No wonder the moment reference disappears, so does our confidence. What you actually need is solid art training, which strengthens your creative muscles so that you can draw anything you want. If this way of thinking about art resonates with you, I share deeper insights and creative prompts in my free newsletters. You can find the sign-up link in the description box below. Now, let's continue. Copying in art is like memorizing a few Hindi words or phrases like Namaste, Dhanyavad, Aap kaise ho? You might survive small talk, but you can never express your entire experience, your frustrations, your joy, your emotions, your story. For that, you need proper grasp on the language. And drawing is a visual language. Copying skips that learning language bit and straight away jumps at parroting sentences. That is why copying can never help you grow. Copying also creates something dangerous, the illusion of stability. When we copy, everything is pre-decided, from colors to mark making to composition to whatnot. Therefore, everyone ends up producing similar work, which leads to a production line effect. All the students produce same works. This kind of teaching is not modeled to turn you into an artist. It is just turning you into a sincere photocopier. It looks safe, it looks controlled, but it does not teach you how to decide. And art without decision making is just decoration. As Paul Klee told his Bauhaus students once, The art student was to be more than a refined camera, trained to record the surface of the object. He or she must realize that he or she is a child of this earth, yet also the child of this universe, issue of a star among stars. So, if copying is not the way, what is? Real artistic training develops these three capacities in an artist. Number one, seeing. The first pillar to learning art is to learn how to see like an artist. This kind of seeing is not passive. It is about noticing relationships, angles, weight, mood, meaning from our own unique perspectives. That is why two people can look at the same subject and yet see completely different worlds. That difference is the birthplace of art. The second pillar is understanding technique at the root level. One of the most dangerous and yet unfortunately most common practices is to trace lines through projector or through tracing paper. The aim is to achieve perfect lines. Those perfect lines which we then try to hide under shading. Then what is the point of laboring to achieve perfect lines only to hide them eventually? Real art training does not teach you to draw through outlines. It helps you build your drawing skills through observation, relationship between elements, values, subject matter, etc. Take Mona Lisa for example. Infrared reflectography studies show Leonardo did not rely on outlines to construct it. No rigid tracing, no boxed edges, just gradual form emerging through observation. Probably that's how he was able to create such an ethereal artwork. The third pillar is expression. At this stage, artists use both what they see and what they feel to express something that words cannot reach. That's when drawing stops being mechanical and comes alive with meaning. This is exactly what we learn at RestartART. I'll be announcing a short drawing course later this month. It's not about copying pretty pictures, it's about learning how to see like an artist, make aesthetical decisions based on your personal narrative, and translate all of that onto paper in your unique way. If this speaks to you, join my newsletters. Along with artistic insights, creative prompts, you will get to know about this course straight in your inbox. The link is in the description box below. Until we meet next, boldly step into the artist you know you are. Restart art. It's good for you.